Hello fellow creatives, welcome back to See It Okay. So today's video is going to be a video where I'm going to be taking you through the steps that you need to follow before you actually start doing your project, before you gather all the things that you need. When you already have the idea in your head, what are you supposed to do to ensure that you have everything that you need ready and that your sewing process, your pattern drafting process is going to be as smooth as possible. So if you want to know, make sure you keep on watching. So this method is actually a two-step method. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to be doing is actually deciphering the dress. Okay, what are the main details of the dress? What do I need for the dress? And then the second step is deciding the order of construction, the order in which you're going to do all the things that you're going to do. In terms of the pattern drafting as well as in terms of sewing the pieces together. Okay, so the first step that you want to take is that you want to look for the dress that you're making for and come up with the idea. Okay, come up with the design for the dress. So this dress that I'm making this plan for was actually inspired by one of y'all. She dropped a comment saying that she wanted a tutorial on this, and of course I had to come through for her, right? Yeah, so based on what she asked for, I just went ahead to just search on Pinterest, and I got a few pictures of the things that I'm looking for: the tiered dress and the collar. Okay, the tier dress, I've actually made something like this before. Although when I made it before, it was just a normal dress without buttons and without like a collar and everything. So this one is actually going to be really, really would I say challenging, and I'm really, really happy. I'm really, really up to the task because I want to up my sewing game. I want to take on more new sewing styles and everything. So I'm really excited about this project, and I'm also excited about the collar. But when I saw it first, I was like, "Cam collar, I've never actually heard of that before." But now that I'm searching it, I think it's just like a normal collar. That I'm already familiar with all of the details, like the surface level details of the dress. It's another way I've gotten the surface level details of the dress and the pictures of the dress, just like kind of like a mood board thing going on. The next thing that we have to do is to go on ahead to get the deep level details of the dress. So the first thing that we have on the list is the silhouette slash fit of the dress. Is it fitted? Is it tight? Is it loose? Is it free and all of that? So as you can see, since it's like a baby doll dress, it is obviously loose. It's loose fitted and flowy. And then for the fabric options, so for this one, we want something that is light, not too light, but doesn't have a lot of weight so that it doesn't drag the fabric down. So I think a great option for this is cotton slash Ankara. I feel like that is what. Then I'm just going to go ahead to go on to my fabric directory. So just look at the options that I have. If you don't know, I need a full detailed video on how I created this and how I use it. And voila, this is what we have. I think we're just gonna have to go with this one. This is one that I like the most. I think this one is vibrant, so it's really like going to pop and just make it look really nice. So yeah, this is it. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna take the link, I'm just gonna copy it, and then I'm going to put it here so that I know that this is the fabric that I want to work with for this one. So yeah. Okay, so for the opening slash fastening, so this is like zip, this is like entering through buttons, lace up, all of that. Okay, so for this one, it's gonna be button down, right? I'm just gonna put button down, and then for the peculiar details, so these are like the details that are really like peculiar, like just the really detailed details. Okay, so for this one, I think the detailed details for this one is definitely the camp collar. This is hair dress. Okay, so the next one is basic patterns that you will need. So this is just like in terms of if you want to use your basic bodice pattern, your basic skirt pattern, your basic trouser pattern, your basic sleeve pattern. Okay, so for this one, I'm definitely going to use the basic bodice pattern, and then I'm also going to use the basic sleeve pattern as well. Measurements that we would need. Okay, so for this measurement, this is going to be like, okay, since we already have the basic bodice and already have the basic sleeve, we don't need like our basic measurements. But for this one, like for instance, let's say the neckline, right? So for the neckline for this one, I think I'm going to go with, I think that the neckline isn't as wide, especially with those like ones. So, but something is not as wide though. But this one is kind of wide and it looks nice. So I think I'm going to make it 4x4. So for this one, because it has tiers, we actually have to decide, okay, what are the tiers? How are we going to arrange them? One tier. So I wanted to have 3 tiers because definitely three, roughly about three layers. So the first layer at the top, second layer at the bottom, I think. I actually really do like. I'm really gravitating towards this one. Oh, it even has what I want. I didn't even notice that it had that. I actually want that like the yoke to be rounded and still have the details. That's so cool. Brave minds think alike. Am I going to reaching? Am I reaching? I think I am. But anyways, I really do like this, and I like the fact that it has exactly what I wanted it to have. So that's really cool. So as you can see, apart from the yoke, then it has this, one layer, two layers, and then the third layer. Okay, so that is what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be doing three layers. So for instance, I want the layers to be times my bust. Okay, so for the first tier, we're going to make it 1.5 times 34, which is my bust circumference, 2.25 times 3 and 34, and then 3 times 34. So each then layer has its different inches that it's going to take. So the first tier is 51 inches, 76.5, and 102. So what I'm just going to do is just add all of this up. Okay, so everything is 229 inches. That is what we have. Okay, and then what is the length of the layers? My shoulder to my knee is 42 inches. So I think I'm just going to move about like 3 inches from that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move 3 inches from that. That is gonna be 39. Third, the yoke is gonna be 5 inches. So 5 inches minus 39 is 34. Okay, so let me just make it 38. So the first layer is going to be 10 inches, the second layer is going to be 11 inches, and then the third layer is going to be 12 inches. Okay, so that is going to sum up 33 inches, then 33 plus 5 for the yoke, and that's going to give us the total length of the dress, which is 38 inches. I love that. Can you see, like, we've already like gotten all of this out of the way before we actually start sewing it, and that just makes it so much easier. That just makes it so much straightforward, so that when we know that we want to start cutting, we've started cutting, no time to waste time. Do you understand? No time to waste time. Okay, so once that is done, then we're not going to decide how many yards of fabric do we actually need. So for this one, I'm actually going to go in depth very soon on deciding how many yards of fabric you would need. So if you want that video, just comment down below. I'm going to make it, but if you want me to make it sooner, just comment down below and I will definitely make it sooner than I would normally do. So yeah, for the yards of fabric, since I'm going to be working with Ankara fabrics are usually 45 inches. So I have to, of course, include that when I want to think of, oh, how many yards am I going to use? How many this am I going to use? So 129 that we have, we're going to be just cutting max 12 inches from the length. Okay, so we still have like 12 minus 45 is like 33. So we can still cut 3 layers from there if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we can cut about 3 layers from there. So since we can cut about 3 layers from there, from the length, I'm just going to divide the width of the layers that I would need divided by 3. Do you understand what I mean? I think you catch my drift. I think you catch my drift. So that is 76 inches. Okay, so I would definitely need like 2.5 inches. Yeah, that is just that for that. Now that we have that, the last thing is just like decide, okay, what do we actually need to buy in order to ensure that we have everything that we need. So for what you basically want to do, they want to look at the peculiar details and just look, okay, what are the things that I might need for this? Okay, so for the camp collar, it's just like a regular collar, so all I just need is like pattern to be strapped and just sew it. So I think I might need interfacing, but I already have interfacing, so I don't need to go to the market to get it. And but I'm also gonna put it here though, just to put it here, so, just so that when I want to get everything that I would need for this dress, I know that okay, I have this and I have this and I have everything in check. I actually found a cool way to do gathers, like easy gathers, and I would need embroidery thread for that. And for the round yoke, nothing really special for that. And the button facing, I think I would just need like interfacing for that. Would I ever need interfacing? Yes, I would need interfacing for that, but I already have that, right? Yeah. So then ruffle details at the bottom of the sleeve. No. So yeah, I think we're pretty much done with that. Alright guys, so after we're done with the details of the dress, the next thing is order of construction. Okay, so what is order of construction anyways? So the order of construction is basically the sequence of steps that are needed in order to assemble the sewing project together. Okay, so in order to assemble all the pieces, because sewing is just you putting different pieces together to make something wearable, right? So how do we want to put these pieces together? In what way do we want to assemble these pieces? In what way do we want to draw the pattern of those pieces? What should we do first, and then what should we do after that? What should we make sure that we do at the end, not at the beginning? Okay, so those are all of the things that we just need to take into consideration, and that is what we are going to be doing now. Okay, of course, this is in no way a do or die affair. This is just kind of like a guide, just so that you know you are prepared for what you are about to do, just so that you have, you know, a heads up. Of course, as you are drafting, if you need to do one thing before the other, feel free to do so. Okay, this is not something that you will do and then you must stick to it. No, but like this is just like a guide, and guides are just really, really important because they just help you to prepare. They just help you to feel prepared, to know that, okay, you know what you're doing, and you know you're gonna do well. Okay, so for the other construction, for the cutting, the first thing that I was gonna do is to transfer the basic borders to the new pattern paper. And because I'm going to be adding the color to the pattern, I ensured that, you know, I had to put it there that I should leave 7 inches at the top for this. Okay, so that is really, really key. And then after that, once I, you know, transfer it, then next thing I'm going to be doing is to add the round yoke. So I'm going to add the detail of the round yoke, and then after I do that, that is when I'm not going to do the color to the pattern. Okay, and I'm going to be doing the color to the pattern as so. Okay, and then for the tears of the dress, I'm gonna, you know, cut that out, and then I'm gonna cut out the basic sleeve pattern, and then the sleeve gathers as so. Okay, so this is just like, you know, a general outline of all the things that I'm gonna do. Of course, if I get there and, you know, I have to do something before the other, I'm not going to hesitate, but this is just a good way to know what you have to do. Yeah, so that is just what we're going to be doing. And then for the sewing, this one is quite detailed. Okay, this one is like a long step because with sewing it's more straightforward. You know, with like they are more cohesive for almost all of the projects. It's really hard that you see any project that, you know, you would want to do that would not follow this outline. Okay, so what we're just going to be doing is that we're just going to like, we're going through all of this and just, you know, add what relates to this project and remove what doesn't relate to this project. Okay, so of course we're going to have to cut out the fabric pieces. For the add interfacing to stabilize, this is usually for like, okay, if you want to stabilize the neckline, if you want to add interfacing to the collar, if you want to add it to the plackets and all of that. So I don't want to add interfacing to the collar or the plackets of this dress because I don't want it to have, you know, any like hard, you know, standing things. So I'm just going to remove this step because it is not needed for this project. Okay, so for the features, darts, I don't have darts, but I do have gathers. Okay, so I'm just going to do the gathers and then assemble the front and the back panel. Okay, so what this means is that, you know, we're just going to do the front panel. Which thing do I need to do in order to make the front panel complete? So for instance, now for the front panel, it is not just one piece. Okay, it has the yoke and then it has the tears, so I have to add that one together as well as for the back panel as well. So that is what that means. Of course, I'm going to add that, and then for this shoulder seam, I'm going to join the shoulder seam in order to connect the front panel and the back panel together, and then you would now be able to attach the sleeves at one go. So I have to include the fact that I should join the gathers to the bottom of the sleeve and attach sleeves to the outer shell, which is like the front panel and the back panel, right? Yeah, so then after that, so the side seams. And so for finishing the neckline, it could be like, you know, just adding facing, using bias binding and all of that. But for this one, I'm going to be doing a collar, right? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to add the collar with the facing. Okay, so that is what that is going to be. And then with the closure slash openings, I'm now going to sew the buttonholes and sew the buttons. Okay, and then for the garments, I think I'm just gonna add like just normal double hem. I'm not really going to like go to ham on that one. And then the finishing touches. So for this one, this could be like just adding like embellishment, decorative buttons, decoration basically. So for this one, I don't think there's any decoration that I want to add to this. So yeah, for this one, I'm actually going to put add tag to facing. So I actually want to be adding the tags I have for my brand to the clothes that I make. So I'm going to add the tag to the facing before I now do the collar, like before I now sew the collar to the neckline with the facing. Do you understand? Okay, so yeah, I think that's basically it. And for the finishing of the raw edges, I think I want to use bias binding. This one, I can't say that, oh, okay, it's a particular time that I will do this because at each step, I'm supposed to be doing this. So I'm just going to put it as a note for the type of finishing that I want. And yeah, you guys, that is literally it. Like, that is all it takes in order for you to be prepared and in order for you to go into your garment making prepared and full of energy and full of knowledge about the things that you want to do rather than just being totally clueless. Being totally clueless. For instance, if you're still learning and you're still trying to, you know, get your footing and you're working with tutorials, I would highly even suggest that you just write all these things down, follow all these things down, following the tutorial, okay? Trying to look at the tutorial and deciding, oh, okay, What details did she talk about in the dress? What order is she following? What order is she placing this mascara? Because trust me, once you're doing all these things and once you're doing all this extra work, all these things are ingraining in your brain. And before you know it, sooner or later, you'll be able to do all these things yourself. Like, you'll be able to look at a dress and, okay, I think this is the way it should be. These are the details of the dress. This is the way it's going to come out. Alright guys, so voiceover show right here. I just had to let y'all in on the fact that I made a few corrections to the order of construction for the cutting and the sewing, especially in terms of the collar, because all that was in my mind was that it's a collar that I've made before, but after more research I realized that it's not, and it's like a different way to do this collar. So yeah, I'm just going to, so yeah, that is just why I had to make this corrections that I made and all of that. So I just wanted to come in here and just let y'all know that. So yeah, that's just after that. I hope you enjoyed this video. And so yeah, that is just after that. I'm so happy that I was able to do this because I'm so pumped, I'm so ready. All these details and all that I just need is to just go and feel what I have put on here. So yeah, that is just after that. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really do hope that you enjoyed it, and hope that you've learned some tips. I hope that you've learned something from all of this, because trust me, it's a game changer. It's just gonna make you so much more confident in what you want to do and just so much more confident in your craft. So yeah, that's just that for that. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you like this video so that it can reach more people, and also make sure you comment down below. Have you actually tried doing anything like this before? Is this totally new to you? Comment down below, let me know. So yeah, that's just after that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.